So now we want to move around in our project, we're going to make use of segues. In the previous video, we learned how to embed our view controllers within a UI navigation controller. In this video, we'll have a look at what exactly a segue is. We'll also look at how we can add a UI bar button item into our navigation item within the UI navigation controller. And then we'll look at how to implement a basic segue to move from one view controller to another. Since we have embedded our table view controller in the navigation controller, the next logical step seems to be that we should start to move from one view controller to another. We're going to do this in our storyboard using a development class called a segue. Segues are not the only method for navigation within an iOS app, but they provide some great functionality and work easily with the storyboard technology. What I'm going to do is to create a segue that goes from our table view controller across to our view controller. I only want to do this whenever I'm going to create a new dream. So the very first thing I want to do is to create a button that'll allow me to do this. So I'm going to go to my object library and I'm going to start typing in bar button. These are special buttons that can fit into either a toolbar or a navigation bar. In this instance, I'm going to put my bar button in my navigation bar. And I do this by dragging this across to my left-hand panel and placing it on my navigation bar. As you can see, when I do this, I can now see the navigation item, and in there I have this new button. And over here in the property inspector, I'm going to change the button type to add. When I do this, the icon changes to a plus sign. Now, unlike when I was creating buttons before, this is going to have a special way of moving around. I'm not going to drag this across to any interface file. Instead, what I'll do is click on it and drag across to my view controller. As you can see, when I do this, the whole view controller is highlighted, and when I let go, a new segue is created, pointing from my table view controller across to my view controller. So let's run this and see the result. As you can see, my button now appears in my navigation controller. When I click on this button, the Create Dream view controller is shown, and then when I click back, it's popped from the navigation stack. In the next video, we're going to start passing our objects around from one view controller into another.